This news story is not getting enough attention. I'm talking about what famed journalist Bob Woodward revealed in his new book about a secret connection between former President Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin.
There are new details about former President Trump's relationship with Vladimir Putin. Phone calls never before revealed between Trump and Putin, including a verbatim conversation where they discuss that Trump secretly sent to Putin scarce COVID testing machines for his personal use. This was at a time during the height of COVID where everybody wanted. Here's what they said. Putin, please don't tell anybody you sent these to me. Trump, I don't care, fine. Putin, no, I don't want you to tell anybody because people will get mad at you, not me. They don't care about me. Woodward also writes that a top Trump aide, Pamela, told him that Trump had as many as 7 phone calls with Vladimir Putin post-presidency since he left office. We do not know what the content of those.
Vice President Kamala Harris thinks that whatever was secretly going on in those phone conversations, on top of secretly handing over precious testing kits at a time when Americans couldn't get them, Trump's motivation all boils down to one simple thing.
Donald Trump has this desire to be a dictator. He admires strong men, and he gets played by them because he thinks that they're his friends.
Yeah.
And they are manipulating him full time, manipulating him by flattery.
She's right. We've gotten so used to this, we seem to have forgotten first principles. Like having our president suck up to our biggest adversary is bad. When we talked about this on the Beyond Politics podcast with former Democratic Congressman Paul Hodes and Republican political consultant Alicia Preston, I brought up how Donald Trump might have broken the law yet again. And Alicia, a Republican, totally agreed with Kamala Harris's take. Isn't this essentially at its core what Michael Flynn had to plead guilty to? Not just lying to the FBI, but maintaining extra governmental contacts with a foreign adversary?
Theoretically, it's a violation of the Logan Act, whether they can prove that or not, because they'd have to prove somewhat of the contents of what the conversation was. But can we all agree it's kind of creepy for Donald Trump 7 times after leaving office? He had 7 different phone calls with Vladimir Putin. It makes you go, why? What were they talking about? I don't know. Maybe he wanted to make sure he could get sanctuary in Russia if he's convicted here. I mean, my mind's going all over the place as to why he's talking to this man, other than we all know he's got a man crush on him, right? He wants to be authoritarian. He wants to hopefully not ride a horse without a shirt on, but maybe he wishes he could. Wrong image. But we know he's got this weird adoration of Vladimir Putin, who's a bad man. He's just a bad man. If he had never invaded Ukraine, he'd still be a very bad man.
Look, we already know that Donald Trump kicked out the interpreters when he was previously meeting with Vladimir Putin on the heels of the Helsinki bootlicking incident where he said, I don't trust U.S. intelligence. I only believe in Vladimir Putin and what he tells me. And then he said, everyone else out of the room. Me and Vlad want to do something together that none of you can know about. This happened.
I'm not sure I want to know about it. I'm not sure I want to know exactly what occurred.
You want to know. Look, Alicia,
I'm not sure.
You've got a dirty mind. I mean, you do. You have a dirty mind.
I mean, it's Putin. And
there's
Trump.
one thing we
How
can
can
all
I
agree
not
on.
Go there.
Look, I've seen your Google search history. Putin shirtless horseback riding is not something that one does for research. Okay, I'm making this up. People, I'm making this up. Alicia does not have a dirty mind. If we had a functional media, people would be calling Donald Trump and they would be demanding to know, what did you say to our greatest enemy? What did you say to him in your private late night? Was it, you hang up? Yet, you hang up. Was it, just imagine that George W. Bush had done this. Just imagine that Bill Clinton had done this. It's so staggering, and we are so worn down to the nub of having this kind of thing just wash over us that it's not even raising a ripple. Alicia also brought up one really interesting angle on this, the possibility that our government somewhere might actually know exactly what happened in those phone conversations between Trump and Putin.
Wouldn't the federal government somehow have evidence of a call from Palm Beach to the Kremlin? Like, don't we like follow this
No, no, no.
international?
Not-
Do we need a warrant against the Kremlin? Like, I don't care what their rights are.
Oh, that's interesting. You mean, aren't we monitoring their side of the communications?
Yes.
Oh, that's interesting.
Why wouldn't we know this? We have rights. Our rights do not extend to Moscow.
Oh.
It's possible that the intelligence services have evidence that nobody's talking about.
The problem
possible.
is, if they do, they're not going to reveal sources and methods, right? Like they're not going to blow it on this. They're gonna save it. Like if they've got like a microphone under the saddle for Vlad, they're not giving that up over their late night MASH conversations. So, you know, it's like I was about to make a disgusting analogy involving borscht